Welcome back to the David Pakman Show. I am Jesse Dollamore, and before I get started, I just wanted to say thank you before I lose my chance, and I'm not back here again until possibly David goes back on vacation, and possibly, maybe, asks me to substitute again. I really have enjoyed doing this, and I've enjoyed some of the interaction I've had with the audience. I don't read a lot of YouTube comments because it's YouTube, but I just wanted to say thank you. And if I am a flavor that you enjoy, I know I'm not David. I'm not really anything like David. But if you enjoy what I do, I would encourage you to find me on social media, find me on YouTube, and subscribe, follow me, interact. Anyway, thank you guys. A little bit of good news here related to the Supreme Court. Some rare, scant news that is positive coming out of our 6-3 conservative Supreme Court. And that is the fact that Amy Coney Barrett, actually, shockingly, has rejected a hearing and which solidifies a lower court ruling about mask mandates and vaccines at the collegiate level. Reading from this NBC headline, Supreme Court rejects challenge to Indiana University's vaccination requirement. 8 students asked the court for an emergency order, arguing the risks of vaccination outweigh potential benefits to those in their age group. Nonsense on its face, and because of legal precedent, this isn't like her charity. They really have no other recourse but to do what Amy Coney Barrett did. The Supreme Court refused on Thursday to block Indiana University's requirement that students receive a COVID vaccine to attend classes in the fall semester. It was the first legal test of a COVID vaccine mandate to come before the justices. A challenge to the policy was directed to Amy Coney Barrett, the justice in charge of that region of the country, who denied it. There were no noted dissents from other justices. Look, it is a nonsense political culture war BS argument that Republicans are entering into. For generations, for instance, to immigrate to this country, you must have a slate of vaccines. When I went to boot camp for the United States Marine Corps, there were all kinds of vaccines that I was required to undertake because I was joining the military. If you go to college, my wife in undergrad and her graduate degree had to have a slate of vaccines. That's the same when I went to school. Elementary school, there are inoculations that are required. This is a nonsense, non-starting argument that is only fueled by Republican culture war BS. 8 Indiana students asked the court for an emergency order, arguing that the risks associated with the vaccine outweighed the potential benefits to the population in their age group. Quote, protection of others does not relieve our society from the central canon of medical ethics, requiring voluntary and informed consent, end quote, they told the justices seeking an emergency order to block the vaccine requirement. A federal judge ruled last month that the school had the right to pursue a, quote, reasonable and due process of vaccination in the legitimate interest of public health for its students, faculty, and staff. The students have many options, the judge said, such as applying for an exemption, taking the semester off, viewing classes online, or attending another university entirely. You got options, snowflakes. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps and make a decision. The 7th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, based in Chicago, agreed. It noted that the Supreme Court ruled in 1905. There's precedent for this. Again, the Supreme Court ruled in 1905 that a state can require all members of the public to be vaccinated against smallpox. Indiana's requirement is less demanding, the court said, allowing exemptions for students who object on the basis of medical conditions or religious beliefs. An argument can be made that those are appropriate exemptions, certainly a medical, getting relief based on a medical condition. If you have an actual medical condition, certainly. If you're immunocompromised or afflicted with a myriad of other conditions that possibly would qualify you for that. Religion, it's a slipperier slope than medical, I believe, because anybody can make up anything and say it's their religion. So that's where we are. And there are a series of other cases that are rolling their way through, some even here in universities in California, that are likely going to meet this same exact fate.